boys and girls. I am Mrs. Stills. If you have not met me before, my name is Mrs. Stills. I am super lucky because I am the tech integration specialist for the kindergarten through sixth grade students. And so I get to help the teachers and the kids learn about technology, whether it's computers or robots or even 3D printing. Look, I had some 3D printing things. So I get to do all kinds of fun things. And I'm excited to help you today learn how to use Dot, who's this little guy, and Dash, which is this little guy, okay? Typically, the first time you use the robots, you are going to use Dot. And he's called that because he looks like a little dot, okay? And the really cool thing about our robots is these robots don't do a lot on their own, okay? Let me turn it on for you. There's a little button right on the back. You see the little, you can see the power symbol. You click it or push it in.
Whoa, where am I?
And he turns on, but he doesn't do a whole lot after that, okay? I'm going to set him right here. He's not really going to do anything because we haven't given him directions yet. We need to tell him what to do, but he doesn't listen if I just tell him. I have to actually code the directions for him, okay? And when you do that, when you give a robot directions, that's called, are you ready? Make sure you remember this word. When you give a robot directions or instructions on what you want it to do, that's called an algorithm. Can you say algorithm? Algorithm. Lots of syllables there. Algorithm. Yeah. So you get to make an algorithm or directions for Dot today. All right. Let me show you what you're going to do. You're going to need an iPad and you're going to need your Dot. All right. And the iPad and the Dot are going to have the same number. So if you look, this little guy has number 5 on the top. Guess what iPad I have? I'm going to push the home screen. I have iPad number 5. So I'm going to turn it on by clicking that home button twice. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, so I apologize. But the app you're looking for is this one right here. It's called Blockly. It has a picture of Dash and Dot looking at each other. It's called Blockly. What's it called? Blockly. Yep, so you're going to click on Blockly. And when you click on it, it's going to come up the home screen, and then you're going to see that play button. Do you see the play button? Everybody say, push it. Are you saying it when I tell you to say it? Make sure you do. Push it. Okay, so I pushed the play button. All right, next it says up at the top, you can see it says select your profile. First, you have to select your class. And so it's hard to tell right here, but when you have your iPad, you'll be able to see these are teachers' names up here. And there's a little arrow that points down. I think you can see it. If you click on that, you can see the different classes that are already in there. So if you're in Mr. Klein's class, you'll click on that one. If you're in Miss Seddon's class or Mrs. Williams, if you're in Mrs. Koblentz, you click on that one. So I'm going to click on Koblentz. And then your teacher is going to tell you whose profile to use, because typically there's 2 kids in a group. And so you'll probably use the kid's first name or whatever. So they'll tell you which one to use. And it's hard to see because of the glare, but all of these profiles have names. Okay, I'm going to find my name. There I am right there. And I click on my name. And then if you look up here at the top, this is my little avatar, my little profile. There's also a plus sign. Typically, plus means to add something, right? We have to sync the iPad and the robot. So if your robot is not turned on already, if he's like this, you need to turn him on. Do you remember where the power button is? Where's it at? On the back. Yeah, it's right back here. So I'm going to turn him on. Give him a second. Okay. I'll put him back over here. And then I'm going to click this plus button. And I'm going to pair them now. Right now it's searching for all the robots. And there might be a whole bunch of robots on because other kids in your class are going to want to be doing the same thing you're doing. You know, making algorithms. Do you remember what an algorithm is? Directions for your robot. Yeah, so they want to make algorithms too. So you have to find your number. I'm number 5, so I'm looking for Dot 5, and he's right here. I click on him. It's going to make a little circle, and then it says connected. He even said, hi. So then there's 3 different choices. It's hard to tell. I know, sorry about that. The first one says puzzles, and then my projects and create new. You're going to do the first one. Remember what it was called? It's called puzzles. Everybody say puzzles. Good, puzzles. So you're going to click on puzzles, and this gives you like a tutorial of what you're going to be doing. So there's 2 robots here. Which one are we using? We are going to be using Dot. So here's Dot. I'm going to click on Dot. Make sure you click on the right one, or your algorithms won't work because Dot and Dash do different things. All right. And then you can see this is your little path. These are your puzzles that you can complete. When you complete all of these, you have completed Dot. Dash has a whole nother set. He has even more. Okay. I always call him he. I don't know why. They're not boys or girls. They're just robots, but I call him he. All right. So the first thing you'll do is you're going to click on your first puzzle. And there's words right here. Again, hard to tell. It's like the glare in here is super bad. Okay, so I'll read it to you. It says driving school. Dot seriously needs to learn to drive. Do you think you can teach Dot to drive safely around the neighborhood? Okay, I want you to notice something. When I saw words, what did I do? What? Yes, when I saw the words, I read them. You need to do the exact same thing, okay? One of the biggest things of being able to complete these levels is to read. So you're going to be practicing your reading skills too, and some math skills, all kinds of good stuff. So we are getting ready to drive. So I'm going to push go, and then it's going to start out super duper easy, as in like they did the whole thing for you on the first one, because you've never done this before. Okay, this is new. So it says, oh, I see words. I'm going to read right down here. There's words. It says, press the start button in the bottom left corner to get Dot's engine going. So there's an algorithm right up here. This is the algorithm. They're little blocks. That's why it's called Blockly. It says when start, transport, or Dot is going to start his car engine. So I'm going to hold him over here a little bit so you can see him. And then let's see what happens when I push start. Now, sometimes these aren't connected. And look, I'm not able to push start right now. Sometimes that happens. I don't know why. Let me show you how to fix it, okay? Because this might happen to you. If this happens, you can double click and then swipe up out of the app. It closes the app, and then you're just going to start over. Go to Blockly. This is a good review. Hit the start button. And then do you remember what to do next? You're going to choose your profile. I'm going to look for mine. Which one was I using? This one right here. And then connect your robot. Looks like my robot's already connected. Let me make sure. I'm going to click on it. It's searching for the robots. And look, there's a check mark. It's hard to see. It means I'm already connected. So I'm just going to X out of that. And remember what we go to? Puzzles. Good job. Go to puzzles. Choose your robot. And then start your puzzles. Dot's driving school. He seriously needs to learn to drive. Do you think you can help him? Yeah. So here I am with this first one. And look, now it's green. Now I'm able to use it. I don't know why. Sometimes the first time it wants you to restart. So we do that. So this is connected. And I'm going to show you this guy. And I'm going to push start. And I don't know if you watched, but when it was doing the algorithm, the colors were changing up here. Whatever part of the algorithm it was doing, it lit up. So watch that for next time. So it says, good job. And then I can go to the next one. Now it says, drag the truck horn block and stack it under the car engine block. So Dot can honk the horn. Tap start to run the program. So all it wants you to do is connect these. They have to be connected. They have to be touching or they won't work. Okay? So I'm ready. Let's see if it works. Watch up here and you'll see it go through the algorithm. Look.
Yep.
Yay, I did it. So you'll notice each one as you go gets a little bit harder. This time there's 2 algorithms, 2 sets of directions. There's this one over here, and then there's another one. It says it's time to hit the gas. Stack the car tire squeal sound under the green when dot top button block. Tap start and push dot's top button to test the program. Ooh, there were a few different directions in there. Tap start and push dot's top button. So it wants me to connect these. Notice I can take my canvas and move it around. Wants me to connect these guys, so I did. And then it says push start, but then it also says push dot's top button. So let's see what the algorithm looks like up here. There it goes. And now look, it's not going to the next part where it does the car tire squeal. It's hard to see that now. I wonder why it's not going to that one. Any ideas? Dot's just sitting here waiting. Why isn't he doing the car tire squeal? I connected it. And I'll give you a hint. The green ones cannot connect to other orange or green ones. The green ones are kind of on their own. What do you want me to do? The what? Top button. You think I'm supposed to push the top button? Well, it does say that when dot top button. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to push the big white button. You guys are awful smart. You're right. Yeah, you had to push that because that's what the algorithm said to do. Now, it's going to keep going through this, but it gets harder. Now it's going to have you come over here on the side, and you get to pull over your own codes. It's going to have you pull over codes and then maybe even change them, okay? I'm going to tell you another hint. At one point, it's going to tell you to record your voice. You're going to be doing like a joke. It's going to say, record your voice saying, knock, knock. You're actually going to record your voice onto the iPad with this Blockly app, okay? If you don't do that part, then you didn't follow the directions correctly. That one always throws the kids off because they think, surely I'm not recording my own voice. But yeah, you are. You need to, okay? When you're completely done, it's really important that you turn Dot off, okay? And you'll notice he's no longer connected. And then you also, so that it saves all your stuff, you want to close out of the app. The way you do that is to push the home button twice, 1, 2, and then you're going to swipe up. If there are other apps that are open, sometimes there's 3 or 4 things, swipe up on them also so they get out of there, okay? When you're using Dot, it's really important that you take care of him because he's really super expensive, okay? And we want to take care of him as well as the iPad. And when you get to use Dash, it'll be super important to take care of him because look, he has wheels. And so he could accidentally run into things, and we would never want him to do that. He also has a head that moves, and we don't ever want to move him without coding him to move. Okay, we want to create an algorithm to make him move. We don't ever take Dash and like move him around like a car. Okay, and Dash always needs to be on the ground, so I shouldn't be holding him like this. I'll put him back up here. And we would never turn him on if he were on a table like this because he could break. And like I said, he's super expensive. And if number 5 breaks, the next kid who's supposed to use number 5 won't have one. All right. We're really lucky to have these things. So I want you to take care of them. And I trust you guys that you can do that because you guys are big kids now. Okay. Have a great time making, what were those things called? Directions for the robot. What was that big word? Started with an A. Making algorithms. Yeah, you're going to be making algorithms with Dot today using the Blockly app. Okay? All right. Have a great time. I can't wait to hear how it goes.